quick tour of my Ukraine apartment. It's very similar to what we would have here in the United States. Except the outlets look like this. And they're huge. And they're really floppy. They kind of suck. But look at their finished details. They're a little different than how we would do stuff. Kind of interesting to me. This is really thin little... They've got these little funny caps that they put on the joints. First I thought it was just shoddy workmanship. Then I looked at it and I'm like, no, that's a deliberate deal. They got this huge security frame around the doors. It's kind of different. You got to step over that thing. It's like 3 inches tall too. It's kind of a tripping hazard. It would never fly in the United States. Then in the bathroom, the toilets have a rear entry. You see that if I hold it up right. Instead of going down, they go back to a plumbing thing, and then the bathtub to the floor, there's like a 1 foot difference. So you step out of there and you step down over a high, just so many OSHA things that I'm like, what the hell? But it's funny. Anyway, that's the bathroom. But you can see the finished stuff is nice. Tile on the walls and stuff. It's very good stuff. Very like what I would put in a apartment. And they have like a lot of exposed piping that Americans would just go crazy over and not like. But I don't know if these are in the process of being renovated or if this is finished stuff or what. Little tiny fridge. And check out my view. I'll go out here on the little patio thing. Here's the heater unit. It's a radiator. So that heats. And the cooling is in the bedroom, like I showed you. So it's an Arctic entry porch, which is kind of nice because I think these are low-income housing. And going out on this thing makes me extremely... My vertigo just goes nuts. I'm on the 9th floor. And this is the kind of stuff they're building. You can see the guys over there working. Big crane and all that. Looks like a crane from the 1950s. That sucker... I don't think that's been lubed since the Cold War ended. Look at that. Big concrete weights to balance, Little railroad track. And they're forming it up, I should say. You can see the insulation panels on the side of that concrete. You can see they're building to a code. But it's just very different than how we do things. But they're doing these all over. These small subsidized apartments. I guess they're subsidized. I don't know. But look at this. The terrain in the place. It's all just woods like this. Everywhere. Beautiful, tall. I think they're larch and elm and conifers and all kinds of stuff. And you can see clear back over there. It's all just woods. And this is in the middle of town. You can see, you look around, there's little chunks, these little development nodes like this thing I'm in now. It's several hundred units, and then they're connected. You can see a guy walking over there on that trail, if I'm pointing in the right place. Yeah, over there. And they just walk these little connections. You see the road occasionally, but largely undeveloped, just woods between these little high-density pockets. And I don't know if that's like a Cold War holdover or what. But it's kind of funny. You just see these little tiny high-rise apartments all over the place. Kind of a neat place in a lot of ways.